or year. By the way, I really came from a family wherein women's voice is so powerful. Like my grandmother is so powerful and domineering, so influential, and even my mom. So when I was younger, I was even asking why women belongs to the marginalized sector. But statistics provides here in the Philippines that out of 80 plus provinces, we only have 17 governors and women governors, and we have 146 cities, and there are only 40 women mayors. And out of 1,400 municipalities, there are only 200 women mayors. So that explains well why we really belong to the marginalized sector. Well, here in Iriga, we are committed to ensure that gender equality is at the heart of our COVID response. Since almost all of the responders are women, my EOC, emergency command manager, is a woman. The operating system, the operation officer is a woman also, and then the planning and the IMT manager is also a woman. So we call ourselves girl power. And almost 60% of the responders are all women. So due to this pandemic, the healthcare sector, especially the women, are facing unprecedented pressure. Healthcare workers are at the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we are working around the clock and putting ourselves and our families at risk. So, but here in Iriga, we espouse core programs and support actions. Like women are the frontliners or the forefront of the public health, but public health crisis like nurses, midwives, community health workers, and yet their role is frequently overlooked and underpaid. Women and girls tend to carry out most of the care for sick relatives, household chores, and childcare responsibilities. But what we did here in Iriga is to provide adequate support and includes childcare, health services, and other social support and protections for vital frontline responders. We also give cash transfer programs for women and girls that need to be prioritized to mitigate the impact of the outbreak, recover, and build resilience for future shocks. With our private and public sector partners, it is important that we also champion family-friendly policies to protect employees, reduce stress, and support improved child and family well-being. And also, we have to be sensitive enough to take into consideration two factors, and that is the women's segments impacted by the COVID-19. We have to take into consideration that there are some segments of women that are more prone to its threats, like women with health conditions, lactating mothers, pregnant women, women at reproductive age, women with immune disease or chronic diseases, elderly women, women in need with less access to urban services, frontliners and workers at health facilities, elderly shelters, fragile informal work sectors, women working in tourism sector. And also we have to take into consideration the mental health. Like, we face stress, anxiety, and fear right now. Sources of stress at the household level may arise because children create competing demands for time. And as the income also decreases due to job loss or wage cuts. The pandemic can also increase fear from lack of information. So coronavirus lockdown is also placing extra pressure on careers. The disproportionate impact of unpaid caregiving on women and girls is one of the key facets of gender inequality. This crisis presents an opportunity to transform caregiving and promote gender equality in the home and workplace. So my confidence, my trust in people, and my belief in us, in all of us, during this global crisis is that we will overcome this pandemic if we work towards building a more sustainable world by not just safeguarding, but follow our SDGs, our Sustainable Development Goals. We can find individual action and individual ways to become better citizens of our planet. So I would like to take this opportunity also to my family, UCLG World, for having me. Thank you to UCLG ASPAC and also CN City for helping us in the middle of crisis. Emilia, to all of you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And only hearing you describe the vulnerability and how aware you are of the different groups and the difference also between women is a very significant difference with other life learning experiences that we have been having without so many women leaders. I think that mapping the needs is extremely important, and also to ensure that we keep this dialogue going between the different spheres of government. So this is why it's also a great pleasure for me to invite now the president of the International Parliamentarian Union, Gabriela Cuevas. She is with us. She is from Mexico. And I would like to give her the floor and to reflect with us of how a true partnership from a global perspective between women parliamentarians and women local leaderships, local leaders could look like. We are starting an adventure together with UN Women, and maybe you can, Gabriela, share some of our dreams.